The bear could hardly believe it. They didn't even see him. Well, time for breakfast. Remember, if you're ever confronted by a bear, stay calm and get back inside as quick as possible. And don't worry about outrunning the bear. You just have to outrun your wife.
These are the few, the fearless, the ambitious. They are the ones not afraid to reach for unattainable heights, knowing they will most often end up in the depths. They have honed their skills to a fine edge and go for it, even though they most often fail, and fail again. In fact, failure is the only option. These are the members of Fail Army.
No one ever starts the day with failure on their mind. You just go about your business like it was a day like any other, right up until he was having the game of his life. Nothing can slow him down now. Except for that. Jasper and Billy couldn't understand why it was called a one-man sailboat. As far as they were concerned, there was more than ample room for two. They sort of get the whole one-man thing now.
Well, that's definitely broke.
It was going to be the best day of his life. The future was now. A clear day on a country road, and it feels like you can see forever. He watched everyone else launch into the water, and he was pretty sure he knew how to do it successfully. Of course, he may need to try it a few more times. He was crushing it in his virtual world, but in the real world,
What you got for me? Birds ignore you. Yes! Oh my. I almost just choked on my tooth. Oh my God, that's about the worst case scenario. Yes!
in his virtual world, he has a wonderful smile.
I almost just choked on my tooth. Oh my God, that's about the worst case scenario. Oh my God, there's nothing funnier than this.
When you wake up every morning, you are greeted with the potential of having the greatest day in your life. And sometimes, you are faced with the reality of becoming a member of the Fail Army.
I almost just choked on my tooth.
And now Fail Army presents the coolest thing you will see today. A good driver expects the unexpected. Like a giant water tank attempting to pass. Remember, giant water tanks always have the right of way. And that was the coolest thing you'll see today.
What do we do?
In the Fail Army, it is hard to tell if someone is dancing or just tripping and stumbling about. Marcus has been rehearsing 10 hours a day, every day since he was 4 years old, and yet, he still hasn't gotten any better. And just like that, the Dover Dancing Trio became a duo. He was just holding them back anyway. It was always awkward when Mom walked in while he was getting his groove on. Of course, she had walked in on him doing way more awkward things, so all in all, this was no big deal.
What time is it?
It's 5:15.
Is it really?
The one day of the year when Santa is busy delivering presents, the elves really get a chance to cut loose. It gives them a break from the monotony of toy making. Oh yeah, you shake it, little elf. Desire and passion isn't enough. You also need to have at least a little bit of talent. But you can't deny their desire and passion. On first glance, you feel sort of bad that no one will dance with him, but under closer examination, you totally get why. They don't want to get injured. Some grandpas are content to sit by the mall fountain and wait for grandma to finish shopping. Not Grandpa Jennings. Ever since he got that new hip, he is doing it better than ever. You shouldn't dance for anyone but yourself. It'll help you express yourself. And when it goes the way it goes for most of us, it will make you a member of the Fail Army Dance Troupe. Coming up, a hospital drums up its own business. A teacher breaks bad. A novice skater puts his tailbone on ice. And we present a deserving few with our Fail Army Medal of Honor. All this and more when Fail Army returns. Fail Army is back, so pucker up. Finding the right career is never easy. However, discovering that you were in the wrong career is pretty easy to see. Management thought this would be a great way to increase the speed of the workers in the warehouse. It was also a great way to discover who wasn't right for the job. Angels of Mercy Hospital has a job opening. Wanting to be an action photographer drove Karen to placing herself a little too close to the action when getting the great shots.
Why would you sit in front of a four-wheel drive?
Someone needs to get Karen a telephoto lens and teach her how to zoom.
Yeah! Welcome to Utah!
All right, here we go. If it don't work, it don't work.
Professor Haynes was tired of students dozing off in chemistry labs, so she upped her game.
That worked.
Sure, he wasn't the best firefighter. He often forgot to put on his suspenders, and hey, where's your helmet? But he tried to make up for it with enthusiasm. Just wasn't enough. Not everyone finds the perfect job right away. And some people never find it. But that's okay. Because there will always be a position for you in the Fail Army. And now Fail Army is proud to present another edition of Old People and Technology. Rita and Frank think they are taking a selfie.
Did you hear it clicking?
No.
Then there's something wrong. We're doing something wrong. Here it is. Oh, we gotta wait. Here. 16, 15, 14, 13. Here, get closer.
They still think they are taking a selfie.
Did you hear it click? Did you hear it click?
No.
Huh?
After this, they're going to try and stop their VCR from flashing 12 o'clock. It's been doing that for 23 years now.
There's something wrong.
That concludes another edition of Old People and Technology.
Wait a minute, Frank.
You set out running and gunning, but all too often, you just end up slipping and sliding. Ice jumping required a steady step and amazing balance. Neither of which Cecil possessed. It's all how you start.
No, dude.
No, seriously.
No, we're keeping that.
No, we're deleting it.
No, we are not.
Yeah, we're not deleting it.
Come here, let me look. Let me look.
He had mastered skating forward in no time, so now it was time to try a little backwards action. That may take a little more time. Having just completed a radical run, he was ready to kick back and bask in his recent glory. But sometimes glory basking will get suddenly interrupted. It is inevitable. Winter will eventually turn into spring. But you want to get as much ice time as possible before the time is up. Time's up. Icy roads do save on fuel. Just turn off the engine and let nature take its course.
Oh, there goes one. Oh, it's funny.
He preferred skateboarding all year round, no matter the terrain.
Are you okay?
He really needed to rethink that decision. They needed to move the ice hut before the thaw, and they certainly had the machinery to get the job done. They just didn't have the machinery to stop the ice hut. You have to go after life with all the gusto you can muster. And when you find yourself slipping, just slip and slide your way right into the Fail Army. Coming up, we attempt to make a station wagon seem cool. A child takes a machine for a spin. Another setback for the Hillbilly Space Program. And we award some special members our coveted Fail Army Medal of Honor. All this and more when Fail Army continues. Heads up! Fail Army has returned. It is the most action-packed near minute in television. It is 15 fails in 55 seconds.
Yes! Oh.
Go!
Next time someone yells, "Hey, let's take your car," just remember this, and you'll think twice. Here are 3 times you were glad you didn't take your car. That time your friends gathered around for a little fun with airbags.
Oh, where's the wheel? Where's the wheel? Oh my God. Oh.
Aren't you glad you didn't drive over?
Hey, watch my truck.
That time Bayou Billy convinced you to tag along into Gator Country.
Oh, well, that's nice. Oh, let's go. Oh, yeah.
That time Ed wanted to take a shortcut across the lake.
Told you so.
If Ed is going to keep taking these shortcuts, he really should invest in a submarine. Skateboarding can take years to even get halfway decent at it. That is why it is sometimes painful to watch someone that just seems born good at it, especially when it's a 6-year-old girl. Kim has been skateboarding shortly after she took her very first steps. She was immediately good at it. Then she quickly became awesome at it. So the next time someone tries to diss you by saying, "You skate just like a little girl," just look them in the eye and say, "I wish." For more of the funniest fails in the known universe, visit our Fail Army YouTube and Facebook pages. Coming up, we celebrate those who have distinguished themselves just enough to be awarded our Fail Army Medal of Honor. When Fail Army continues. Fail Army is back, so high five! Yeah, baby. The time has come for us to salute the best of the best, the mightiest of the mighty. They are the ones who have distinguished themselves by receiving the Fail Army Medal of Honor. Leonard Petoskey had a dream to become the best darn kayaker the world had ever seen. So it was a rocky start. That would not deter Leonard Petoskey.
Okay, come on now, damn.
He got out, dried off, and tried it again.
You got your paddle upside down.
So he has some ways to go to reach his dream, but he has already achieved one thing. He has earned the Fail Army Medal of Honor. You want your watermelon cut right? You need the right tool for the job. What's the use of having a fine cutlass if you aren't going to use it? And use it he would. To earn himself the Fail Army Medal of Honor.
Sweet.
Oh my God, it's my table.
If there was such a thing as a midlife crisis car, this would be it. And this would be a little midlife crisis behavior. Hope he feels a little less middle-aged with our Fail Army Medal of Honor.
Good.
If your mind can see it, and your soul can dream it, then you can make it happen. Most likely. But until you get there,
Are you okay?
we are proud to call you a member of the Fail Army. We'll see you again next time.